Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Those who are not looking for happiness are the most likely to find it, because those who are searching forget that the surest way to be happy is to seek happiness for others. We may have all come on different ships, but we're in the same boat now. If you are seeking the highest good, I think you can find it through love. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend. The time is always right to do what is right. Faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. If I cannot do great things, I can do small things in a great way. Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. Not everybody can be famous, but everybody can be great because greatness is determined by service. You only need a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love. Peace is not merely a distant goal that we seek, but a means by which we arrive at that goal. That old law about an eye for an eye leaves everybody blind. The time is always right to do the right thing. So even though we face difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. Courage faces fear and thereby masters it. Cowardice represses fear and is thereby mastered by it. Courageous men never lose the zest for living even through their life situation is zestless. Cowardly men, overwhelmed by the uncertainties of life, lose the will to live. We must constantly build dikes of courage to hold back the flood of fear. If you lose hope, somehow you lose the vitality that keeps moving, you lose that courage to be, that quality that helps you go on in spite of it all. And so today I still have a dream. Cowardice is submissive surrender to circumstances. Courage breeds creativity. Cowardice represses fear and is mastered by it. Cowardice asks the question, is it safe? True peace is not merely the absence of tension, it is the presence of justice. The time is always right to do what is right. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin but by the content of their character. We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. Change does not roll in on the wheels of inevitability but comes through continuous struggle. The function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. I have the audacity to believe that peoples everywhere can have 3 meals a day for their bodies, education and culture for their minds, and dignity, equality, and freedom for their spirits. The complete education gives one not only power of concentration but worthy objectives upon which to concentrate. Education must enable one to sift and weigh evidence, to discern the true from the false, the real from the unreal, and the facts from the fiction. We must learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. Human progress is neither automatic nor inevitable. Every step toward the goal of justice requires sacrifice, suffering, and struggle, the tireless exertions and passionate concern of dedicated individuals. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Everybody can be great because anybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject and verb agree to serve. You only need a heart full of grace. A soul generated by love. The road to freedom must be uphill, even if it is arduous and frustrating. Out of this crucible of service, a creative specialist in social change must emerge. An individual has not started living until he can rise above the narrow confines of his individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of all humanity. No one really knows why they are alive until they know what they die for. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We know through painful experience that freedom is never volunteered by the oppressor, it must be demanded by the oppressed. Justice too long delayed is justice denied. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. The time is always right to do right. A genuine leader is not a sucker for consensus but a mold of consensus. Everybody can be great, because everybody can serve. You only need a heart full of grace. A soul generated by love. I believe that what self-centered men have torn down, other-centered men can build up. We all have the drum major instinct. We all want to be important, to surpass others, to achieve distinction, to lead the parade. And the great issue of life is to harness the drum major instinct. It is a good instinct if you don't distort it and pervert it. Don't give it up. Keep feeling the need for being important. Keep feeling the need for being first. But I want you to be the first in love. I want you to be the first in moral excellence. I want you to be the first in generosity. Make a career of humanity. Commit yourself to the noble struggle for equal rights. You will make a better person of yourself, a greater nation of your country, and a finer world to live in. It is an overflowing love, which seeks nothing in return. Theologians would say that it is the love of God operating in the human heart. And when one rises to love on this level, he is able to love the person who does the evil deed, while hating the deed that the person does. I think I have discovered the highest good. It is love. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. In some not too distant tomorrow, the radiant stars of love and brotherhood will shine over our great nation with all their scintillating beauty. He who hates does not know God, but he who loves has the key that unlocks the door to the meaning of ultimate reality. When I talk about love, I am not talking about emotional bosh. I am not talking about some sentimental or even some affectionate emotion. I am talking about something much deeper. We will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like waters, and righteousness like a mighty stream. Whenever you take a stand for truth and justice, you are liable to scorn. We refuse to believe that the Bank of Justice is bankrupt. I believe that wounded justice, lying prostrate on the blood-flowing streets of our nations, can be lifted from this dust of shame to reign supreme among the children of men. The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. True peace is not merely the absence of tension, it is the presence of justice. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. I believe that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word in reality. That is why right, temporarily defeated, is stronger than evil triumphant. The whirlwinds of revolt will continue to shake the foundations of our nation until the bright day of justice emerges. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin but by the content of their character. Forgiveness is not an occasional act. It is a permanent attitude. We must learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools. Take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. A riot is at bottom the language of the unheard. The beauty of genuine brotherhood and peace is more precious than diamonds or silver or gold. No work is insignificant. All labor that uplifts humanity has dignity and importance and should be undertaken with painstaking excellence. Whatever your life's work is, do it well. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. The true neighbor will risk his position, his prestige and even his life for the welfare of others. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? If it falls your lot to be a street sweeper, sweep streets like Michelangelo painted pictures, like Shakespeare wrote poetry, like Beethoven composed music, sweep streets so well that all the host of heaven and earth will have to pause and say, here lived a great street sweeper, who swept his job well. The time is always right to do what is right. If a man has not discovered something that he will die for, he isn't fit to live. The function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. We must set out to do a good job, irrespective of race, and do it so well that nobody could do it better. Change does not roll in on the wheels of inevitability, but comes through continuous struggle. And so we must straighten our backs and work for our freedom. A man can't ride you unless your back is bent. We must learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools. We must rapidly begin the shift from a thing-oriented society to a person-oriented society. A genuine leader is not a searcher for consensus but a molder of consensus. Everybody can be great, because anybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject and verb agree to serve. You only need a heart full of grace. A soul generated by love. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward.